My name is Pham, everyone know me. Well, I came here to tell you about a testimony. You know, for the past few weeks, 2 weeks, you know, I was basically attacked by the devil, you know what I'm saying? And, well, this is how it starts. Before we do it, before I tell you the testimony, let's all, put our head down and pray. Dear Lord, bless me, Lord. Give me the knowledge, the wisdom, and motivate me. Give me courage, Lord, to share this testimony to my brother and sister, Lord. Like we said, Lord, there's no other God exists but you, Lord. The devil want to be like you, but he fell, Lord. Please, Lord, bless this house with your love and mercy, Lord. I pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Come on, brother. Come on.
Alright, last week when I get too close to God, that's when the devil started, attacking me. So I met this person when I was like, in elementary school together, and after that, I moved away for 7 years ahead, and I met her again, and I personally didn't know that girl that the devil sent to me, and then I basically fall for her so hard that I turned her into a Bible. What I like about her, I use as a verse, and the more I read about her, the more I just get away from God. And one thing that really, at that moment, I don't care, I don't want to go to church. I don't want to do this. I want to see her every day, do this and do that. So at that meantime, God told me. I don't know what happened, but he comes to me and asks me, he said this, I want you to give me 100%. I like, nope. I like, nope, because obviously my mind's on her. I told him, how about I take that 100% and I give you 10% and I keep 9. And then after that, I was like, next day, and I told her, you know what, I'm gonna make it my purpose. I don't care, I will make it my purpose. I don't care what God said. Then he said to me at around like 4 in the morning, he said, you could create your way, you could do what you want to do, but you cannot create your purpose. And I'm like, man. And I'm like, oh. But still, like she basically, want me to see every day, like, okay, I was happy, until then, until fear and pride and confusion started taking over me. My fear is just a loser. My pride is to fight for her, and confusion, she cut me off. And what happened was, I built a wall between me and God by worshiping her. And after that, I was like, and then he started talking to me. I started breaking down, right? And I started crying, like, I break down so hard. And I was like, Lord, and tell me what you want, And then, I said, I surrender. He said, you can't surrender to him because you don't know what it means. And I tell me then. So I break down. He told me to write. He basically I hate writing. I don't like writing. And this is not my knowledge, but he gave me the knowledge inside me, and I'd like to share with you guys. Amen. So I told okay, tell me what you write, and I sit there for 20 minutes, and I was like blank, so I give up, and I washed my face, drink a cup of water, and I came back, bam, it hit me. I can't stop writing. I didn't think about it. I didn't trying to do it, force myself to write it. It just come naturally. And this is how it said. The heart of a worship is surrender. Surrender is an unpopular word. It's like almost as much as word submission. God don't want 95%. It's not enough. There are 3 barriers that block our totally surrender to God: fear, pride, and confusion. We don't realize how much God loves us. we want to control our own lives, and we misunderstand the meaning of surrender. Surrender means the more we let God take over us, the more truly ourselves we become. Because He made us. He invented all the people that you and I were intended to be. And when we all turn to Christ, we have to give up ourselves to His personality. That we first began to have a real personality of our own. And I like, then after that, I stopped and suddenly, I don't want, and you don't let me stop. And like, can I trust God? Trust is the ingredient to surrender. You won't surrender to God unless you first trust Him. But you can't trust Him until you can't, wait. Alright, I'm sorry, but you won't surrender to God unless you first trust Him. But you can't trust Him until you know Him better. Fear keeps us from surrendering, but love casts out all fears. The more you realize how much God loves you, the easier surrender becomes. The greatest, this is powerful, it really got me so hard, and I basically reached up to Him. The greatest expression of this is the sacrifice of God's Son for you. God proved His love for us, and that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. If you want to know how much you matter to God, look at Christ with His arms stretched out on the cross saying, I love you this much. I'd rather die than live without you.
Come on, can we stand to our feet?